Is there an R-rated fare that they're starting to bug you and say, we would like to see this, or have they seen The Departed or whatever the case may be?
They've seen The Departed and Ted. I mean, obviously, Boogie Nights doesn't come up in conversation.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Mr. Wahlberg, good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
Jake, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing well. Are we in your home today?
We're at home. We're at
Look
home.
at
Look at a little municipal golf shoe there, and you have pictures of the wife and the kids in the back, and yeah, this is home.
I love it, man. Well, I appreciate you letting me into your home, man. It's always good to see you. I always appreciate you being so kind to me. I'm going to jump into this. I got to tell you, what I love about this sequel is really how different it feels from the original, because obviously Dan no longer has to hide what he's doing from his family. They're all
Mhm.
fully aware of who he is and what he does. And I'd love to know for you, how did your life change after your kids kind of started to understand what dad does for a living? What was the biggest difference between that period where maybe they were too young to understand and the period now where they do?
It's kind of going from, excuse me, going from cool to corny. you know like, oh, dad's cool, you see dad on a poster, blah 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 blah, and then dad's corny and silly and they make fun of me. And I'm looking forward to watching the movie with them this weekend, and they kind of always point out things where they say, oh yeah, that's you, or yeah, you could never do that. But what I love about the movie, and why I signed on originally, is because it's something that's relatable to all the families, and capturing that tone where everybody can enjoy something is a bit of a lost art form. And now with Dan in the introduction to a younger sibling and a thorn in the side boyfriend, it really kind of changed the stakes for him, and he's kind of off of his game. And when he was kind of able to maneuver through the first one pretty flawlessly, now the family has to pick up a lot of the slack because he's got a little brother and he wants to make it work. I've always wanted a little brother. I'm the youngest of nine. We know how it flows downhill. So my dream was always to have a sibling, and I really use that as a hook. And the introduction to new family members and the dynamic that creates was the thing that I thought elevated it from the first.
I would love to be your honorary little brother. If you can have me over, man, I'll come over for Thanksgiving. I'll be there.
I appreciate that. It's a good time too because we'll just hang out and chill. I won't torture you. It was when I
So
was younger. I was getting tortured, so I wanted to.
I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of the family, so I get it. You mentioned watching the movie with the family. When it's a family movie like this, is it easier to get everyone around and settled and sitting down to watch something whenever it's a movie like this?
Yeah, the cool thing was, I mean, they visited while we were shooting in London and Paris, and that's a rare occasion now because all the kids are kind of busy doing their own thing. So it's usually me kind of rushing home on the weekends to spend time with everybody and see everybody. But with these kind of really cool locations at that time of year, everybody wanted to come and visit and hang out. So it was really nice, and yeah, they'll enjoy it and they'll poke fun at me as often as possible.
Fair enough. I've got to ask, just obviously you've got such an incredible career with different films for different audiences. Is there an R-rated fare that they're starting to bug you and say, we would like to see this, or have they seen The Departed or whatever the case may be?
They've seen The Departed and Ted. I mean, obviously, Boogie Nights doesn't come up in conversation, but they've seen it. It was funny because when they were younger, and look, it was a tradition for me to go to the cinema with my dad. It was a great way for us to spend time together. As being the youngest, it was really when I got quality alone time with my dad. And then my wife and I obviously would take our kids 2 or 3 times a week, and then we'd have our date night, where we go to a movie every week. We kind of lost that tradition with COVID, and then the kids getting bigger and kind of having their own interest. But movies like Ted, when they saw the poster, they're like, oh, finally a movie we can see together in the theater, and me trying to figure out a way to explain why they can't see that. I would show them certain scenes with no sound to take away the language. But now, they're bigger, so they can watch whatever they want.
Fair enough. Before I cut you loose, you've been with me here in Chicago, and we've spoken about your faith many times now. And
Yeah.
and here in Chicago, we have a lot of pride in the fact that our new pope is from right here. He's one of our own.
Yes.
He's one of our guys. I'd love to know sort of what was your thought whenever you heard that we've got our Holy Father coming from right here in Chicago. And is there any chance you might get the chance to say hello to him at any point?
It was obviously very cool. You know, he's a White Sox fan. All the Cubs fans thought he was a Cubs fan. I remember all my Cubby friends were calling me saying, "Oh, you hear about the new pup? He's a Cubs fan." And then once they found out he was a White Sox fan, we're like, "Oh God." But I would hope to meet him soon. You know, and also our founder of Hallows, Chicago guy as well. So we're you know, I was just in Chicago. We were shooting at the Bulls game. The United Center was very cool for our new movie. Love being there. Great, it was great weather. Fantastic. But I hope to meet him very soon.
Dude, it's funny. My phone didn't ring when you were here. It must have been a lost connection or something.
So let me tell you what happened. We flew in the morning. We started shooting at the United Center. I got a phone call. My daughter has had an accident on the horse. She's okay now. But she had a horrific fall. And as soon as we wrapped, I was on a plane and out. It was one day in and out. So didn't even get to taste any good Chicago cuisine.
Honestly, but all that matters is she's okay, man. That's what
Thank
matters.
you, brother.
Hey, man, always good to see you, and thank you always for your kindness, man. You know, you and I have done this for a long time, and you were never short of just absolutely awesome to me, and I really do appreciate you always.
Yeah, and you're the only one in this conversation staying young, so we got to share some secrets with you.
It's a lot of filters and makeup and hair gel. Don't be impressed, man.
You look good, brother.
You too, man. See you soon.
Good to see you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.